So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to solve these problems for your homework assignment, since most of you probably don't have a graphing calculator at home that you can use. So your first step is you're going to head to deltamath.com. This should be a site that you've used in the past for your other math classes, maybe not for, or definitely not for mine, but you should be able to log in. If you haven't created an account yet, make one using your Richmond email address. And if you forgot your password, they're able to resend it to you. So go ahead and head over to Delta Math, just on another screen, and then click back over here. Okay, to access the graphing calculator, so you'll notice over here you've got this nice calculator that you can use, and then down below you probably never used this function before, or this feature, but there's a graphing calculator right below that you can use, so you can go ahead and click on it. And it takes you to a screen that looks pretty similarly to your graphing calculator that you use in class. So here's your screen. It's automatically set to Zoom standard, so your x min is -10, x max is 10, y max 10, y min 10. And over here where it says function 1, function 2, that's where you're going to enter in the equation that you want to plot. In this video, I'm going to go through that same problem that we did in the last x-intercept video that you watched, so where it didn't necessarily cross the x-axis. So where it says function, I'm going to type y equals, it doesn't do that for us like our graphing calculators at school, so we've got to type it in. And I have the square root of x to the power of 4 minus 3x to the power of 3 plus 2x squared minus 1, and I'm going to close the parentheses to my square root and hit plot. Just like on the graphing calculator at school, you'll notice that the graph does not extend all the way down to the x-axis. So if I wanted to find the zeros of this function, I wouldn't be able to do that. But I do know that y can equal 0, a square root can equal 0, so it does definitely have roots. So just like I did in the calculator, I'm going to take away the square root sign, so delete square root, and then I'll plot and I'll get this weird looking graph. To calculate the zeros of the functions, I'm going to press function 1 zeros, and it'll give me a nice cursor to follow on the graph. So just like on my graphing calculator, I have to find a left bound. So I'll point to the left of the 0, I'll point to the right to the 0, and then I'll have to press enter again to get it to guess. So I'm going to use the arrows on my keyboard, and I'm going to press the left arrow until I'm above the 0. And then I'm going to press enter. Then I'm going to use the right arrow to find a right bound below the 0. Press enter, and then I need it to guess. And so it'll tell me that my 0 is at negative, when x equals -0.5128, and that'll be my 0. If I want to find another 0, I'll just hit function zeros again. I can move my arrow to find a left bound before I cross over. Then a right bound using the right arrow, it has to guess. And it'll give me my new 0 for the second 0 of that function. And so that's how you're going to use your calculator. If I had another intersection, or if I had another graph, let's say I had the line y equals x, and I'll plot that. So the nice feature about this calculator is it'll plot it in a different color, so it's easy to distinguish. If I wanted to find the intersection points for these two graphs, just like I did on my calculator, I'm going to find the intersection, get a point to the left of the intersection, to the right, and it'll find the intersection of the two graphs. And again, I want those left and right bounds to be kind of close to those intersection points. And so this calculator can do the exact same stuff that your graphing calculator can at school. So I highly recommend using this or using Desmos for your graphing calculator problems in the problem set tonight.